Good afternoon. I hope you have had a great weekend. I just want to give you a quick overview of what we're doing next week and make sure that if I can clear up any questions I can, please let me know. So you're going to start by logging in to Adminum, and this is what your first week in Adminum is going to look like. So you'll see right when you log into our course, you'll have the course syllabus and the orientation. Now you've already done the orientation last week. And then you'll see that our first unit is called the Anglo-Saxon and Medieval Periods. We're going to skip the pretest for now and go straight into the discussion. So you can see that the target date for your discussion is Monday. Now the discussion isn't very long, but it is important. So here's your discussion topic, right? So you'll read through it and you're going to write a good solid paragraph reaction to this. Now, I don't expect you to do any research with this, but I do want you to think about your paragraph as you're writing it. Okay, so that's what's actually due on Monday. However, you can probably get a start on your very first module, and here's the first real module that you're going to work with, the history of the English language. And you could see that you need to start on this and really have it finished in a couple days, and that's a pretty good timeline. So let me walk you through the tutorial, right? And once you finish the tutorial and you score high enough, then it will unlock the mastery test for you to be able to take that, right? So let's look at the tutorial and what it is that you're going to be expected to do. All right, so this is like the opening screen of your tutorial, and you can go through and play the little video there, and that's fine. But I want you to go up here into resources and notice that you have this guided notes. Now, these are some other things that it will ask you to download throughout this tutorial, but for right now, and at the beginning of each of your modules, I want you to be sure that you download the guided notes because they will help you take notes, and that will help you do really well on the mastery tests at the end of each module. So download the guided notes and fill them out. You don't have to turn those in, but they're a real good resource for you in this class. You also have a dictionary and some talk-to-speech text-to-speech tools, along with some translation tools and some highlighting tools as well. But really the key thing is getting this guided notes because that will help you out a lot in this class. So once you have that downloaded, you'll go through the tutorial. And it will talk to you if you want it to. And you can always go through and have it play some slides for you. So you have some introductory texts. Make sure that you read those. And this is going to give you some information. But notice down here, there's a download. Make sure that you download those because that will give you extra information that will be on that mastery test, and that's really, really important. Okay? And then you'll go through a few more slides. Let's see. Then it gives you some side-by-side comparisons. And then you're going to have some questions. Make sure that you finish these questions. You have to score well enough on the questions in order to move on to the mastery test. And I just wanted to show you that before you move through. So you're going to go through all 33 slides in this presentation. Now you may not be able to do all that in a day, and that's perfectly fine. So if you would just get your paragraph finished from the discussion and start on this on Monday, then on Tuesday it'd be pretty easy to finish up the tutorial and probably take the mastery test on Wednesday. Okay, Thursday then you're starting the Beowulf module, and then you've got the tutorial and the master test for that, and you can probably finish up through Beowulf by the end of the week. But you're not alone in all this. And so I want to show you some things that you can do to help kind of bolster your own understanding of these topics. So I'm going to go over here to our Canvas course. And you'll notice that our Canvas course has a week at a glance. Monday is really dedicated to getting into Edmentum, and I want to just kind of reserve the time to you getting into Edmentum and understanding it and being able to answer any questions that you have very quickly. So we will not have any WebEx meetings. After you're able to get onto Edmentum and you're able to do your work on there, please go to this start of semester quiz. It's really short. It's only 3 questions, and the options are only yes or no. So I need to know, can you get into Edmentum? Do you have access to the syllabus? Okay. And then there's just one other short question in there. Tuesday, you're going to continue with your Edmentum work, and you have a mini lesson titled, "Why is our language all jacked up? A conversation on the history of the English language." And I promise to be not as boring as it sounds, but I need you to be prepared to talk. And that's offered at 10 a.m. on Tuesday. It's also offered at 3 p.m. on Wednesday. Okay, so if you can make either one of those, that would be great. If you can't make either one of those, then I'll have a video recording of that and I'll post it as soon as we get finished. On Wednesday, you also see your first set of office hours at 12 o'clock on Wednesday. Those are just there if you want to talk to me face to face and have any direct questions, then that's just a time for us to meet. On Thursday, you've got a new mini lesson called a discussion on Beowulf selections. So you would have needed to read through those Beowulf selections before you jump into that mini lesson. And we'll just talk about what Beowulf is and why it's so important and look at some of those selections, because that can be kind of tricky since it's really some of the oldest English written texts there is. So I think a lot of it is important for us to understand there. You also have office hours at 3 p.m. on Thursday. And then at Friday, you have another chance to be part of that Beowulf discussion. And then we have office hours at 2 p.m. Remember that these office hours are not the only times that I can meet. If you're having issues, if you're having trouble, especially in this first week, please let me know. We'll set up a time where we can WebEx and meet directly together. All right, so have a great afternoon. You've got ways to contact me. You've got my email. You've got my Google Voice mail, so that if you have any issues getting into Edmentum in the first week, please let me know as soon as possible so that we can get you help and get you on the right track right out of the gate. And then you also have, of course, the link to my WebEx room. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.